Okay, to make your vegetable stamping, you need some paper here and some tempera paint. I like to make my own stamp pad just by wetting some wet paper towel and pour some tempera paint over it. I kind of brush it around, so that would be my stamping pad. Sometimes, depending on the vegetables, brushes can come in handy as well. So I'm going to start with the stem of this bell pepper. I happen to have a handle, which would be easier to stamp with the little fingers. So, and with kids, I usually like to ask them to think about if they want to use their paper horizontal or in the vertical direction, just so they know they have a choice. It doesn't always have to be in horizontal. Today I think I want to use it vertical. And so to start, I usually like to ask the kids where on the paper they would like to start. This way they know that they have some choices. Again, they don't always have to start in the middle. They can start in the corner, all the way on the top of the paper, towards the side of the paper, or the very bottom. So I think I'm going to start at kind of towards the bottom, closer to the corner. And I see some paint still on my bell pepper stamp, so I'm going to keep going and see how many more I can get. So maybe my third one, I want it kind of far away from the first two that I created, maybe all the way to the top. Ooh, I see how the texture is now changing. Maybe I can get one more out of this. Maybe I'll bring it back down, touch it to one of the previous shapes that I created. Oh, I can actually probably get one more out of this. Maybe one more like this. Pressing down kind of hard right now. Okay, so that's kind of a cool shape. Now let's try it with the celery stalk. So because this one, I don't have too much of a space to hold, especially for the lower finger, so I'm going to use my brush over here to just brush the paint on to my celery. And let's see, where should we go? Maybe towards the top, kind of close to this top circle that I created. I wonder what kind of texture it's going to create. Pressing down kind of hard to make sure I get the paint transfer over onto the paper. Lift it straight up. It looks like I'm only applying pressure on one side, so it looks like this other side didn't get as much pressure. So I can probably get one more out of this. Maybe this one can come down here with the rest of the shape. Maybe keep some distance closer to the edge of the paper. Alright, so now maybe I think we should be able to get one more stamp out of this. Maybe this one can come back up here, creating some overlap with the previous shapes. That's kind of nice. Alright, so let's try something else. Maybe we'll try a bell pepper this time. So this one has a stem, so I'm going to use it as a stamp. Stamp it in my stamp pad, make sure I have enough paint. Alright, so maybe this one can kind of overlap with the shapes I have over here. That's kind of cool. Maybe this one, I should be able to get one more out of this because there's lots of paint on this. Maybe one more over here, overlapping again. Maybe I'll have it go off the page. If your tape was covered, it's totally okay to go off the page of the paper. Okay, maybe one more, maybe over here. I almost like it better when there's a little less paint when you are on your second or third print from the same stamp. I think we could use a smaller shape, so I'm going to use the bottom of my carrot to create a smaller shape on my print. So maybe this one can kind of go down here, almost like a polka dot. And I keep going until I run out of ink, or paint rather. Okay, just to create some variety, maybe I'll also have some of the half circle. So I think this one I can just stamp it directly from my stamp pad, and maybe have it line up with the edge of my paper. Ooh. Maybe one more over here to the corner. Maybe one more here. I kind of like what's going on here. I like the negative space in between. Maybe this can be a card.